What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Alexander here with the example that I said I'd be doing today of how I'll be doing E3. And as the title will show, well, title might show. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put this as title, but this is going to be about the Pokemon Direct that happened technically yesterday, June 5th. Oh, I'm going to jump into it, and what I'll be doing is I will be showing pictures after I'm done describing and getting through things and going from there. But anyways, well, when it calls for a picture. Otherwise, I just keep going down and just talking about what I thought and whatnot. First thing that I did notice is during the uh, initial video before they really got into it, that there was that the trainer that you play as had a bike that was on the water, leading up to the point where it showed off this thing that we'll be talking about later. So I'm guessing they got rid of Surf. I guess. Oh, and then let's start off with the new Pokemon. First one, Wooloo, which sheep Pokemon, as you'll see here in a few seconds, it's literally a sheep with braids in the front. And at the time, they didn't say what the uh, typing was, but I figured probably normal. I was right. Anyways, I'm going to show the picture now. Alright, then we have Gossifleur. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Sorry if I am. But it's flowering Pokemon, and to me, as you'll see, it kind of looks like a pea pod with a flower on its head. Oh, and at the time I said it was probably going to be grass type. It was. Which I'll be showing the picture of it now. Next on the list, they showed off another new one called Dreadna, which was a bite Pokemon, and it is a turtle with like I can't think what they're called, but it's sharp teeth. But there's a certain mechanical thing that has like the sharp teeth like it, but I can't remember what it's called. And at the time, I said it was probably rock and water. Turns out it was, which I will be showing the picture right about now. Right, next is honestly what was my favorite of all the Pokemon they showed, Korver Night, which is a Raven Pokemon, and kind of like an evil bird with glowing red eyes, kind of like if you played Skyrim and you had Shadowmere, kind of like that type of eyes, but as on a Raven. And oh, it showed that it was a new flying taxi, so I'm guessing probably uh that's what's getting ready to fly. And I did write down that whenever I do get Pokemon, it's gonna be a sword. I'll tell you now, just due to the legendary, which we'll be showing after a while, like at the end. I will that will be part of my team. I might get shield if you can't catch it in sword. I'll get shield then because that's one. And I did say that I did think that I thought at the time it was probably dark flying, but it turns out it was dark. I've been flying steel, wasn't dark. Because I'll be showing the picture of that one now. And finally, for the new regular Pokemon, we have the evolved form of Gossifleur, which was Eldegoss, or Eldegoss. I might, I might mispronounce that. It kind of sounded like Eldergrass, how they pronounced it, but without the R and instead of Grass Goss. Which is a Cotton Bloom Pokemon. Literally looks like a head with a cotton ball on top of it. And I thought it'd be Grass Fairy. It's just grass. Because I'll be showing the picture of that one now. All right, next, one thing that they did mention that this will be the first one that we have control of over the camera, is that we can do it in different ways. And I noticed in the thing whenever they're talking about uh, how to catch Pokemon in the wild area, that they showed it shaking trees. So I'm thinking that maybe you can shake trees not just for the berries, but also Pokemon due to its placing, which I think that'd be pretty cool. Which I will jump my notes here to go to wild area, which that's literally open world area where you catch Pokemon, and there's something that we'll talk about in a bit. which I think that's very cool that they have that now. Like going more open world with games, make them last a little longer and whatnot. And the next is on to the new, I guess you call it gimmick of the game, which is Dynamaxing, which is literally Pokemon just become huge. It's supposed to be if you're in a regular battle, it's just for 3 turns, and their moves get supercharged. Now I was thinking that the story may be around this due to some stuff that's said later when they were talking about some characters, and they did show before I show what the picture that I have for the Dynamaxing. Oh, they did talk about max raid battles, which is they're gonna be in the wild area from the looks of it, and it's literally raids like in any game like Destiny or whatnot has, but it's gonna be just 4 people, and only one of the trainers can Dynamax their opponent during the raid, their Pokemon during the raid, and the raid Pokemon seem to keep the uh, max form for the entire time, and so they said you can catch it after the battle if you're victorious, you're victorious in it. We'll be showing my picture that I got off the Pokemon page for that now. But up next, we move on to the people. And the first one is Leon, who is the champion. And they said he looks kind of kingly, I guess you could say, with the stuff he's wearing. They said that he won people over due to being really nice. And they didn't really go into much more detail than that, except for that he was just basically a nice dude and was saying, I swear, people keep coming near me. Let me move away right here. I keep getting old. Like, I've tried to record. I tried starting over there, then that way, and I just kept running into people. And they just come and stand right beside me in the middle of me trying to do this, and I'd have to stop. But I've gotten too far to stop now. But I'll be showing, like I said, I'll be showing the picture though of Leon right about now. All right, next we'll be talking about the rival for this game, which his name's Hop, and he's the champion's younger brother. And I did notice they said that he's only one of your rivals, so I'm guessing there's at least going to be 2, maybe more. I'm guessing that'll be revealed later. That'll be revealed later. And seems to just wants to become better than his older brother. And I really don't know how to explain how he looks, so I'll just throw right to the photo now. Alright, now we're moving on to the professor, which is Professor Magnolia. Of course, professor of the region, like I said there at the beginning of that clip. And she looks like your stereotypical grandma in a lab coat. Oh, and she seems to be researching the Dynamax phenomenon from what they said. So I'm thinking that the story is going to revolve around that in some way. And so it's kind of thing that's going to just be right around the story. That's going to be based on like what the Dynamax phenomenon is and whatnot. So yeah, but I'm going to throw to the picture of her now. Then last but certainly not least of the characters that they announced was Sonya. She's the granddaughter of Magnolia and also is her assistant, and for according to from what I've seen on the internet, is the fan favorite of the characters they showed. Is the most liked. Oh, but yeah, I'm trying to throw right to to the picture of her. All right, we're coming near the end here. Next is the gyms, which seems to be usual stuff, but this time it just takes place in a stadium, and you can use Dynamaxing. They did show off one of the gym leaders, so I guess we're technically not done with the characters. They showed off Milo. He's supposed to be the grass gym leader, and I have here wrote he looks kind of like a human version of the Big Chungus meme, which I will be throwing to a picture right about now. Alright, finally on the Legendaries, which they look kind of like wolves or dogs. And there is I didn't write down how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say Zacian, which has a sword in their mouth. So of course that's gonna be the legendary sword if I had to guess, unless they just randomly swap them for some reason. But that one I thought was the cooler of the two because I've always been more about the fast and the attacks when I play Pokemon games. I just quickly hit and just boom, boom, boom. And the next was Zamazenta. I pronounced that wrong. Which had the shield was around the head. It seemed like it was like infused with the legendary's head, which was a cool design, but I've never been much for the defense when playing. And I will be throwing to a picture of them now. Alright, then the last little two pieces, they did show that the release date was November 15th of this year, which I'm excited for. I probably won't play it until sometime next year, just because of how long it usually takes me to actually get 2 games. And then they did say that there's going to be a double pack, which they didn't say anything about. So if I had to hazard a guess, I would say that it's probably going to be getting rid of they're going to be doing double packs so they can get rid of the third versions. Though I do think they could have a huge variety of stuff they could do for a third version, but they know what they're doing. So that's what I would assume the double pack is. Although some people just buy it anyway, and this makes me a way to save people money. But yeah, that's all I have. And the E3 one, the one for E3 will be a lot longer. I can tell you that already. And probably less cuts because I don't think we'll be able to find all the pictures and whatnot for it. But that's generally how I'm going to do it. It probably a little bit less awkward because I think I'll feel more comfortable and be more excited about what's going to be shown. Like because I'm only going to write down the stuff that I enjoyed from the different presentations and like key features that they talked about that I thought were cool and stuff like that. Like I said, this channel is going to be mostly about happy things and not happy, but it's going to be more about fun and not being jaded like a lot of people are when it comes to games. Because I have never really had any terrible experiences with any games. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this, then I'll see you next week, probably Thursday, Friday, with the stuff that was shown at E3. Because I might give an extra day, so it might be Friday, just so I can kind of get everything set right, maybe a script, if I decide to write one, although I've never been good at following scripts. But yeah, I'll see you then.